I just wanted to do a short video, basically based upon how when we react, and I mean the we, like, not like the consciousness, it doesn't react on its own, because it's like it's simply witnessing what is happening, right? But there is a reactivity that goes on within the system because it is compulsory and impulse oriented, meaning like when like a stimulus circuitry kind of goes on, then there's like subsequential reactions that go on within the system. So it's literally like reaction breeds reaction. Because, and I mean this in the sense like you feel the air in your lungs, and that might actually set off the rest of your system to be active. It is reactive. It's not a problem. It's not an issue, but it is a reaction, right? So just as like you feel the wind and you, oh, that's chilly, I'm going inside, or like, like, oh, it's hot out here in the sun, I'm gonna get some shade. Like, these are all like reactionary propositions, right? Because of that, as opposed to this. So pretty much all of our lives in default mode, in this autonomic mode, run on that. And so what I'm going to just very briefly say is that it's not always just like I felt a single sensory input, therefore here's this, big, equally singular, non-dynamic range of reactivity that goes on within me. So like you feel the wind, you feel the cold chill, or the hot sun, or you drink a cold drink, or I'm just using like loud sensory perceptions because it's just obvious to point fingers to what I mean with them. But so it's not just like one thing happens and then one and one every situation, like where it's like someone says a mean thing, it's like exactly because of that mean thing that I felt away. It's like no, and because we can go to traumas and shadow stuff and blah 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 with this, right? Just to give hindsight ground covering a little easier, like it's not just one for one all the time. Like I stub my toe and then I get fucking angry for the rest of the day. Like, you stubbed your toe and you're angry for the rest of the day, or you're angry for an hour, like whatever. It doesn't even make sense. And usually we can read also. I kind of add the time effect there, so we read also how proportional is the reaction to whatever seemed to be the original action, right? Whether it be conscious or not, like whether it be something elemental or someone consciously saying something that's gonna like disturb us. It doesn't really matter so much. Doesn't a context, but to us it's action, and then what happens as an part inside of us is the reaction. And so it's not always equal. Like someone said something just brief and it bugged me, and it's like now I got a fucking itch in my soul for the rest of the day, or 2 weeks, or a week, or a month, or a year, or whatever. Someone said something in high school I can't even get over for the rest of my life. It's like the proportion kind of tells the tale. By proportion, that's what I mean. I don't obviously mean like it was equal. Like, was it equal, or how not equal was the action and reaction? And so we can tell where I'm kind of getting into with this is we can tell just how deep this kind of level of festering, something festering within, might be. How much it's kind of disturbed us and pervaded us and bugged us over time. Because so many of us like to, say something like, my reaction's a reflection of basically your unconscious action. Like that's the basic point, right? Like you say something belligerent to me and I'm gonna give her it's like one that just breeds more of it, right? Because that's exactly what's being invested in, and that's what there is in the universe, is what there is being invested in, where energy is going, and especially where it's being consciously siphoned and altercated. But we can also see in how much the reaction, I say the reaction, not our action, because it is autonomic. Our action should not be something that is autonomic, right? Like just like how a creature in the wilderness sees something, it's like it's gone, We see something, it's like, should I be freaking? Not immediately, maybe, you get that into it, but like, okay, is this worth concerning about? What kind of issue is it? Like you're cycling through the potentials of just like what the situation is. And so when you're reactive, you just kind of completely sideline all of that. Or to whatever degree you're reactive, you sideline it, right? And then you just kind of like postage stamp in the moment whatever reactivity you have going on. But if you never really fully see engage just how reactive you got over what really was this, what was it about kind of thing, if anything, that's usually like a social relativity or relevancy. But all the same, we must, by must I just mean like if you want to have a healthy relationship with yourself or anybody else and just the world around you, how, you know, because it's clarity oriented. It's not just like, I'm pretty confident it was about do, and then you just like freak out because why? Because you're confident about something, you just take off down the road. You know, confidence always ruined pretty much all the best things in the world. Well, I had a feeling, and it's like great, but if there's no evidence ever supporting it, you know, let alone in the proportion that you reactively sense something to be how it seems in the moment, you're always going to regret whatever action that you just throw back at the mirror, right? By that I mean like whatever is clearly disturbing you in some kind of way that you have as an issue, like fundamentally, predisposedly in you. Like you already had that kind of conflict going on, and it just kind of like brought it up and then maybe propagated it if you don't actually plan on attending the issue itself. Like if you grew up like me, like if you grew up like, not that I identify with it, but I did most of my life, and so like, you know, if I'd seen anything that even resembled bullying or picking at something or this, that, or the next thing, it's like it would shut me down, anger me, repress me. It just, I would fucking be a serial killer that did like the worst shit to myself psychoanalytically and all this and the next. Simply because, and this is the proportion thing, I wasn't really reading just how much does what they say either even matter in the first place? How relevant was it in a context or some kind of, you know, contrasting meaningfulness? Like to what part of my life and me therein did they even relate to, and in which way? Like just how, like, is it true, and how true is it that like that something is basically auto validated to bug us? Like it's like we're just looking for reasons to be bugged by things, people, places, you know, occurrences of all kind, all the time. So are you really interested in your well-being or not, right? If you're really interested in well-being, then you will simply be, and it's not a doing, it's a being. Like it's already going on. Like you are conscious. You know, like I'm gonna meditate today and become 10 times more conscious. You know, you just allow a space and an energy within you that's usually not coming from that place of reactivity to actually gain just a. It's not that it's gained, but it's realized, right? This deeper kind of mode or spaciousness of having the awareness. But I mean awareness with discernment, not just like, yeah, I'm aware of it. You can just keep going about all your life and you can be aware of everything, but not actually manage or be with anything, like intimately, compassionately, insightfully. So really question the level of perversion that goes on within you, the neuroticism, which just kind of like auto guesses what everything means and just kind of, you know, monkey like acrobatically throws itself about with guesswork, and it's not really actually wanting to see what the real issue at hand is, and it's usually something that's systemically within us already. And it doesn't mean like you're born with it necessarily, but it just means like it's usually not from the original event which you're perceiving in said present moment, something that we usually haven't gotten over before. By gotten over, I mean allow ourselves to see the BS of and exfoliate from, and therefore breathe fresh from and live a life anew, kind of in complement to that, amidst it.